Okay, so let us proceed now. Sorry, we had some challenges here. So I want us to look at how we simplify ratios. Okay, let's look at fractions. Let's look at a half. A half is to 3 is to 5. A half is to 3 is to 5. Okay, so if you're told to simplify those ratios, of course, ratios are supposed to be written in terms of whole numbers, Okay, so this one is a half and that one is 3 over 5. We need to simplify. Now, to simplify that in a very simple way is simply you take the LCM, you get the LCM of 2 and 5, the LCM of the denominators. Okay, here we have 2 and 5. So the LCM of 2 and 5 by 2, 1. Okay, this will be 5, and then this by 5, 1, 1. Okay, so therefore the LCM of this will say it is 2 times 5, and therefore you get 10. Okay, so you multiply each by the LCM. So we say a half multiplied by 10 is 2, 3 over 5 multiplied by 10. Okay, by 2, 1 by 2 is 5, by 5, 1 by 5 is 3. Therefore, we say 5 times 1 is 5, and 3 times 3 is 9. Okay? Therefore, that now is a ratio written in a simplified form. That is a ratio written in a simplified form. That is 5 is to 9. Okay? Let me give another example. Like when we have a third and 4 over 9. When we have a ratio like this, a third and 4 over 9. Now, a third and 4 over 9 is going to be the same as getting the LCM first of 3 and 9. So the LCM of 3 and 9 is going to be by 3, 1. By 3 is 3. By 3 here will be 1, and by 3 is 1. So the LCM of that is going to be 3 times 3. The LCM is going to be 3 times 3, which is what? 9. 3 times 3, which is 9. Now, if you know the LCM directly, there is no need of following all this step. Okay? For example, there are people who know already the LCM of 3 and 9 is 9. Therefore, you just use that value and calculate. Okay? So, like this one here now, we'll say it is a third multiplied by 9 is to 4 over 9 also multiplied by 9. So by 3, 3, and then by 9, 1. So that will be 1 times 3 is 3, and 4 times 1 is 4. Therefore, that will be the ratio written in its simplest form. Okay. Now, another example I can give is of decimals. For example, when you have 0.2 and 0.8. Okay, when you have 0.2 is to 0.8. Okay, so that number is not again in its simplified form. We have 0.2 and 0.8. 0.2 and 0.8. Now that we have two ways. You can decide. We first remove the decimal points. Okay, we remove the decimal points. Okay, normally you look at this one. To remove the decimal place, you just multiply by 10. This one, because they all have one decimal places, Therefore, to remove that is just simply to multiply by 10 both sides. Okay, so you multiply by 10 this side and also you multiply by 10 the other side. So let me just put it systematically. So multiply by 10 is to 0.8 also multiply by 10. So if you multiply this by 10, you're going to get 2. And if you multiply that by 10, you're going to get 8. Now between 2 and 8 still can be simplified further. Okay, you can say by 2 is 1, by 2 is 4. And therefore, the LCM of that you say it is 1 is to 4. The LCM of that will be 1 is to 4. Okay. Again, we can look at another example. Now, let's check decimal numbers which will be involving more than one decimal place. Before we look at that, let me show you the other way which we can solve this. Okay, the other way is to rewrite this now to be in terms of what? In terms of fractions. 0.2 is the same as 2 over 10, and 0.8 is the same as 8 over 10 because they all have one decimal place. Okay, if they could be having two decimal places, it would be something like 2 over 100. Okay, and so on. So this one, the LCM of 10 and 10 is 10, isn't it? So that will be 2 over 10 times 10, and then 8 over 10 times 10, because that is their LCM. 10 and 10 will cancel, 10 and 10 will cancel. Therefore, we'll have 2 times 1 is 2, and 8 times 1 is 8. From there, you can further simplify it by saying by 2, 1, by 2 is 4. Therefore, the LCA, the ratio in that case will still be 1 is to 4. Will still be 1 is to 4. Okay, so you can use any of the two methods. Okay, you can use any of the two methods. Now let's check another one here. For example, if we have, let's say, 0.5 is to 0. Let's say 331. Okay, 0.5 is to 0.31. So one has one decimal place and another one has two decimal places. Okay, how do you go about that? Okay, now you always check the one which we multiply by the number with the highest value of decimal places. Like this one, it has 1. So to remove this, you multiply by 10. This one, it has 2. To remove it, you have to multiply it by what? By 100. Okay? So since there is this and that, and we want to remove everything, then you multiply both sides by 100. Okay? We will check the one with the highest value of number of decimal places. Okay, so this will be 0.5. You will multiply by 100 because that is the number of the highest number of decimal places. So 0.31 multiply also by 100. Okay, so this will be, now if you multiply 0.5 by 100, will remain with what? 50. Okay, and that multiplied by 100 is going to be 31. We're going to remove the two decimal places, and therefore the result here you say it is 50 is to 31. Why? Because it cannot be simplified any further. Okay, and therefore the result for that we say it is 50 is to 31. 50 is to 31. Okay, so I hope you're following that. So when you are given numbers in decimal places, you just need to remove those decimal places by multiplying with the multiples of 100. Okay, So let me give you another example. On this. If you are now told to simplify, if you are told to simplify 25 centimeters to 1.5 meters, So you have to make sure they are all in the same what? Units. You have to make sure these ones they are all in the same units. Okay? And basically you take you convert the one which is on higher unit, you convert it to be on the lower unit for easy simplification. Okay? You know, in mathematics you have to be wise. You can either also convert this one now into you convert the lower unit into higher unit, but it is going to give you much more of decimal places and all that, which will confuse you more. Okay, so the simply way is to convert the one on the higher unit to be on the lower units. For example, like between centimeters and meters, meters are much higher. Meters is much greater than a centimeter. Therefore, it's better you convert that meters into centimeters, and then you can easily simplify. Okay, so like this one now, we can say the ratio to 25 centimeter is to, this one you convert it into centimeters. You convert it into centimeters. So meters to change into centimeters, you simply multiply by 100 according to the units of measurement. Centimeters to meters, you divide by 100, and meters to centimeters, you multiply by 100. So this now is going to give us 25 centimeters is to that decimal place will go, and we are going to have 150 centimeters. Okay, so you can simplify first. The units can cancel, and then now you can check here. By 5 we have 5. By 5 by 5, and by 5 here is going to be 3, 0. Okay, by 5 is 1, by 5 is 6. Therefore, you can write now the ratio as 1 is to 6. The ratio of 25 centimeters to 1.5 meters is the same as 1 is to 6. The ratio is 1 is to 6. Okay, let's take another example here. Let's say like 35 cents to shilling to 1 shilling. 35 cents to shillings. Okay, so we have 35 cents, okay, to 1 shilling. 1 shilling. Okay, so the ratio of the two, Now the ratio of the two here will say cents is smaller than shillings. Okay, so we change shillings into cents for easy calculation. So this one will say it is the same as 35 cents. 35 cents is to 1 shilling. 1 shilling converted to cents, because we'll say 1 shilling is how many cents? 100 cents. 1 shilling is 100 cents. Okay, so it's the same as 100 cents. Okay, so from there now, cents can cancel. We can say by 5 is 7, by 5 is going to be 20. Okay, we cannot simplify further, therefore we say the ratio is 7 is to 20. The ratio of 35 cents to 1 shilling is, the ratio is 7 is to 20. The ratio is 7 is to 20. Okay, so let me give one more example of that. Now let's get the ratio, the ratio of the ratio of 4 days to 1 week. the ratio of 4 days to 1 week. Okay. Now here a day is smaller than a week. Okay, so we convert these weeks into days so that we can easily simplify. So we'll say 4 days is equivalent to 1 week is equivalent to how many days? It is the same as 7 days. Okay, so days and days will cancel, and then 4 and 7, there is no common factor. Therefore, it is just going to be 4 is to 7. The ratio will be 4 is to 7. Okay, so that is what basically you are supposed to do as far as simplifying values is concerned. Okay, sometimes you can be given numbers. One is in decimal point, and another one is not in decimal. One is in decimal, another one it is a whole number. Okay, so that you should also be able to work out. For example, 3.8 liters is to 19 liters. 3.8 liters is to 19 liters. So can we find the ratio of that? 3.8 liters, 3.8 liters is to 19 liters. Then now you're told to find the ratio, So 3.8 liters is to 19 liters. Now this one is very simple. Okay, we need to remove this one decimal place. Okay, because first we can say liters and liters can cancel. Then now we're dealing with 3.8 is to 19. So we need to remove the decimal place. It is 1 and here it is, there is none. Okay? So we need to remove that by multiplying by what? 10. You multiply by 10, you do it on both sides. So you say it is 3.8 times 10 and then also 19 times 10. Okay, so this now is going to be 38 is to 190. It is going to be 38 is to 190. Okay, so from there now we can simplify. Okay, like here by 2 we'll say it is 1, then you carry that forward to 18, it's going to be 9. Okay, is 2, let's continue fast. Okay, by 2 here, by 2 is going to be 9 because of 18, and then carry forward 10, it's going to be 10 divided by 5, 10 divided by 2 is going to be 5. So we have 19 is to 95. 19 is to 95. So we need, can we divide further on that? Okay, yes, it is possible. So here we can say by 19, 1, by 19, 19 it will go how many times to this? It will go 5 times. It will go 5 times. And therefore, the ratio there will say the ratio, it is 1 is to 5. The ratio. Okay, so that's how we deal with simplifying. How that is what how we deal with simplifying ratios. Simplifying ratios. Okay, so now from there, now I can give like one or two example on how to find if the ratios are equated, how to find the unknown. For example, if you're given a ratio like 2:3 is equal to x is to 9. Ratio 2:3 is equal to x is to 9. Is equal to x is to 9. Okay, 2:3 is equal to x is to 9. Okay, so the first thing here, I want you also to understand one very important rule as far as ratios are concerned. Okay, ratios can always be put in terms of fraction. It can always be written as fraction. Any given ratio can be written as a fraction. So for example, when we have 2:3, the ratio is 2:3 is equal to x is to 9. First, rewrite these ratios in terms of fraction. Therefore, that is going to be the same as 2:3 is equal to x is to x over 9. Okay, from there now we can find the what? The value of x by cross multiplying. 3 times x is going to be 3 times x is equal to 2 times 9. Okay, to remain with x here, divide by 3, divide by 3. So x will be equal to, by 3, 1 by 3 is going to be 3. So 2 times 3 there is going to be 6. So the value of x is going to be 6. The value of x in that ratio is supposed to be 6. Okay, so maybe I give one last example, then from there you are going to do the rest on your side. Let's say the ratio 7:5 is 35 is to x. The ratio of 7:5, your total is equal to 7:5 is equal to 35 is to x. 35 is to x. Okay, so 7:5 can be written as fraction. 7/5 is equal to 3 is equal to 35 over x. 35 over x. Okay, so let me write it again here. We're dealing with this is 2x. Okay, so from there now we can now say that we cross multiply 7 times x. 7 times x is equal to 5 times 35. Okay, to remain with x, divide by 7, divide by 7. So x will be equal to by 7, 1 by 7, 5. 5 times 5 is going to be 25. So that will be the value of x. So I want us to stop there with our discussion because time is not on our side now, so that I will now give assignment all the way from this, how to simplify, how to find value of x and also the ratio. If you're given a certain ratio in a combined form, how do you calculate? Okay, so any question, my dear student? Any question up to that level? So I hope you are going to use your weekend very well so that you earn a lot of knowledge and also do the revision and assignment. Okay, do the assignment and hand it in before Monday. Okay, you do the assignment, hand it over before Monday so that I can calculate for you. Thank you.